All right, we're streaming and we're going to get recording in 3, 2, and 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys Podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
We brought another draft recipient, I guess, a participator of our fantasy league, the creator of the Vision, Matthew Byers. Matt, how we doing today?
Good. The Vision's doing good.
So normally we come in, we ask the person what was their draft strategy. You have claimed your draft strategy as the Vision. Explain the Vision, Matt.
Yeah, well, the Vision did include Igbuka, who was so painfully sniped the pick before me. But it might have been a good thing because the Vision also had Pacheco, and he would have gotten sniped. By Jeff, a pick before me. So the Vision, in a broad sense, was, Chris kind of mentioned it in one of our three-way trades. I did hear rumors of like a 2026 class. I was like, if I part with picks, I'm not too worried about losing those picks. I would
Okay.
I'd rather get some young guys now because I knew with the redraft, a lot of the younger like wide receiver, like the rookies would fall later
Yeah.
than if we were doing like a standard rookie draft. So I was like, well, I can trade some of those picks away, get some more picks this draft, try to get some younger guys in this draft. Try to see if that goes good for me. And I do like building around Gibbs. I was happy to get Gibbs because I like him and Montgomery in a timeshare. It's like I think he'll be a little safer with his. He was really efficient too. So if he gets less touches, but he's more efficient with them, I'm happier because he's not on the field as much, getting sandwiched, which is not a good thing. So yeah, I got a really young team. I got like half my guys are people who have been playing for a year or two, and then the other half are a bunch of zero experience guys. So the Rice news kind of sucks. I did reach on Rice, which was blamed a little bit for. But I, like every other analyst out there, thought that he wasn't going to get his because they're like, yeah, his case is running so slow. It's probably not going to be till 26. I was like, get a year. I can figure things out by then. And then they're like, I drafted him, and like a week later, they're like, he's suspended now. He'll be suspended in 2025. And I was like, oh,
Only 6 games.
I think it'll be 4.
Okay.
But
So
6. It's not. It's not like Judkins where doesn't even have a contract yet.
yeah, that's fair. So your Vision here, you did go young. You don't have your first or second round pick next year. Is that something you're now worried about, or are you still all right with that?
The only thing I'm worried about is I'm gonna have to watch everybody draft. It's not like a worry; it's just kind of sadness because I gotta
That's
sit
your
there and
worst
watch.
nightmare is to
I
not be able to
know.
participate.
It's
But
like,
there will be so many trades after the season,
oh yeah,
so like that will be your focus, not the draft. And you might end up getting picks back.
yeah. And I kind of dried up on trades, like at least for right now, because I've kind of realized everyone just wants to see what their guys are gonna do. I'm a little bit of a gremlin in that manner, where you could be on my team for 5 seconds, and if someone gives me some value, you're gone. You're packing bags. Don't even worry about unpacking your lockers. You never even moved into it. Just get right back on the bus.
So
But every single one of your trade players or of your players on the trade block.
I was just gonna say, every single one, your whole roster is on the trade block.
After like a week of not making a trade, that was were you just
Well,
itching?
yeah, I was itching, but I was also sitting there and I kept telling everyone, I was like, well, everyone's up for sale. And I'm looking at the trade block and there's like a few players I have up, and I'm like, I said everybody. So And I didn't realize at the time that it was gonna send out a notification for I thought it would, like,
Oh
group it
yeah, it was just
together.
do,
Like, when you
do, do.
change team names, like, player nicknames, I thought it'd group it all together and send one no so I put everyone up, and I think Chris was like, "What the hell is going on here?" Ding, ding.
So is that part of your vision here? What are you looking for in some of these? And so are you just looking for the best value that you can extract out of someone, or
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much and that's been the vision in STEM was just get value wherever I can find it, if I think there's value, but it's like it's kind of the same vision as STEM, but, like, this has to be the vision because this is a huge draft because this is gonna define trajectory for the next 2, 3 years. So, it's a big vision, and as much as I put on it, I'm hoping I can do at least top 50%. 'Cause I do have a young team, but I think I have a team that can try to get me to playoffs. Maybe how many teams go? Is it half?
I think it's 6 out of 14.
We should have, yeah, we should have small playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay,
6.
okay.
How much work we put
So
into these teams.
maybe playoffs then. If I could make playoffs with this team, I'd be pretty happy. But I think my goal right now is in top 50%.
I
That's
was
the
gonna
goal.
say, like, the Rice thing, I thought maybe doesn't hurt as bad because of how young you are, and you're clearly not trying to win a championship this year. Like, obviously, you want to win as many games as you can,
I mean, that's always the
and
goal.
like,
Talking to these young guys, they got to step up day one.
well, and like you not having any picks next year
Yeah,
does change the way that you look at this season. So, like, initially when we were talking about, it, I was like, honestly, him being suspended might work out for you, but then who it really works out for is
you.
this
Yeah,
guy right here.
yeah. But
That's your,
that's
that's
another
your
one of my
first round
big
pick.
goals. One of my other biggest goals is to try to get as high as I can, so that when I look back on that trade, I'm like, it was pretty smart. But if I end like 11th, then it's gonna be like, well, damn, because now I just gave up like the first. No, it wouldn't be first pick. It'd be second pick, third pick, something like that. So
Yeah, I will be rooting against your team
I know. Do
almost as
we?
much as I am rooting for my team this year. Honestly, if we both suck, that's probably best case scenario
Yeah, yeah,
for me.
yeah. So
You're
I
back on the
hope right.
Kyler Murray train here. You had him in your redraft. You hated him in
I
your
didn't want.
redraft.
I didn't want to be. I really didn't want to be. I was going for Bryce Young, and then Kieran sniped. I don't know where this second QB train came out of. Because I'm sitting there, I see all these QBs before who did I pick? Let me see here.
You
The
traded up
infamous
for
run on
Murray
quarterback.
with me. 'Cause I have your
Yeah.
second round pick. And
Okay. Yeah. I traded with Chris to get Jordan Mason because I knew he'd be like a good like third back like for bye weeks and injuries that kind of stuff because I knew they'd have some kind of split. Looks like it'll be a better split than I thought, but so I grabbed him as like my backup running back. And when I was looking at the QBs, Cam Ward, Love, Penix, McCarthy, Young, they were all still there. I'm happy with any of them. And they all flew off the board in 5 seconds, and I'm sitting there like losing my mind. I reached out to you, and I was like, I'll give you my 10th, my 11th, and my second round. And you're like, I just didn't want you to like be like fall on it and be like, I got this
oh,
guy I like, and then
I
snag the
was
guy.
ready. I was locked in.
I know, because I was looking at who had to pick, and there were a couple people with like, one quarterback. I think someone I don't know. I think someone had no quarterback, so I was like, I think Murray's gonna be gone. And so he says he'll run more. That little guy better start running or trouble. So he better run as fast as his little legs will carry him because need those points. But
And
I
So
believe,
Matt,
your backup's Tua.
I was about to say
yeah,
your long term quarterback situation uh is not great for lack
hey,
of a better word.
don't forget Will Howard there. A little bit of that A-Rod
I'll
magic.
forget. I'll
I
forget.
will, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably forget in a couple weeks from now. I drafted him, and then the bench size, like we had to cut down our bench, and so I dropped him. And then there's a little news article came out. And it was like Aaron Rodgers very fond of Will Howard, taking him under his wing. I was like, damn it, I picked him back up again. So he's gonna be Mr. Taxi Squad this year.
Yeah, yeah, that's all you're gonna hope for. I mean, he's just gonna be riding the taxi squad. Um, and yeah, maybe he will become the starting quarterback, but not sure about that one. Seventh round pick, sixth round pick,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. No,
Um,
it was six, and I mean, if they like him, and they be next Tom Brady, you know, my brain might be real big here.
Yeah, it's very
now that
very
would be a
similar skill
vision.
set.
That would be a
Yeah,
vision.
and then if that happens, of course, like, yeah, guys, I'm down for a super flex, of course.
Oh, then you'd be down for a super flex.
Yeah, then
Okay.
I'd be down. I can't go to the
I
super
will like
flex.
to say I do have your back on the Superflex thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Who's back?
I think it's I don't Matt's back.
Oh,
We can't just go to a Superflex. That draft was so much time was put into that draft. We
yeah.
can't just change
And I saw
the
people
course.
going out and they're like, scratch the draft, let's redo it. I was like, this is gonna take at least 2 weeks because no
well,
one's
that
gonna
was never gonna
determine.
happen. That was never gonna
Okay,
happen. So you have some young players here. R.J. Harvey, Trey
mm,
Harris. Um, part of when you first started, part of you were when you were trading your picks, you were like, I don't really watch the college football. Like, I don't really know who's going to be good. So then you just took two guys out of college football, and
yeah,
you
yeah,
haven't played a
yeah.
snap of it.
Bunch of rookies. I don't watch college football, but a lot of people on Twitter do. So I go through and I'm trying to and like when Chris snagged Ibuka, I was like, when it came to me, I was boom, pick him, done. But so I see him fly off the board, and I'm like trying to eat lunch, and I'm like, ah, Jesus. So then
Trying
I'm
to eat
like,
lunch.
and I'm sitting there, I'm like, come on, guys, pick, hurry up. So it gets to me, and of course I have no backup plan. And I'm like, well, crap. And so I start looking, and all of a sudden I see all these text messages. Come on, Matt, pick. Matt's a terrorist. I'm like, just give me a second here. Um, but yeah, I'm not happy to say it, but like I went through, and I did really like Harvey when I was like looking at stuff about him online. Um, Sean Payton offense too, so I think he'll be utilized pretty well. PPR, so I think he'll be a more of a pass catcher than Dobbins will be. But I did look at Twitter and saw like one video of him, no pads, doing like jukes, and I looked at it.
You
I'm
were fell in love.
like he's pretty quick. I like that. He's pretty shifty. Because I mean, after watching Pacheco for like I love Pacheco, but I don't think I've ever seen this dude juke once in my life. It's just straight, and that's that. If you're in the way, he's gonna try to truck you or get tackled. So, all right, what's going on here?
Yeah, if you're basing it off of clips of the guys just running around, then Pacheco is probably the last person that you want on your team.
Yeah, yeah. But I am rooting for Pacheco just because I like him. I do have Rashard Smith, whoever has Pacheco. Jeff was messaging me about him, trying to get him, and I was like, not gonna happen. He did offer
Oh,
me getting, but they wanted to do an even swap because I think Smith will be kind of like McKinnon was. Hopefully, they might put Pacheco back to like first, second down and throw him out on third downs, maybe. Um, so yeah,
the so you have a lot of number two receivers. You
yeah,
got
yeah.
you got Jameson Williams, Waddle, Chris Godwin. Um, but I mean, you're just looking for drag routes here. You're just looking for
Chris
everybody.
Godwin might be a number 3.
I grabbed a couple slant guys, Godwin. Rice is a one, but he's a slant guy. Um, JMO might be number one. Might take over Amon-Ra this
No,
year.
he's not.
His route tree's getting expanded, guys. I saw it on Twitter. But
Are you worried about Ben Johnson being gone though?
no, I don't know if I got really. Well, I definitely didn't get a discount on Gibbs, but like Williams maybe got a discount on that because people might be scared about Ben Johnson.
Great players
I don't,
make great coaches, for what it's worth.
yeah, yeah. I think it's a timeshare of good coaching, good players. I think they'll bring in. To be honest, I don't even know the coordinator right now, the name, but I know he's
Yeah, I
already
have
in
no idea
there.
who it
He's
is.
working with them, but wants to expand. Oh, and Gibbs put him out the slot a little bit. They said, some pass catching. So I don't know.
I don't know if you want him catching passes from Jared Goff like over the middle of the field. That kind of sounds like a recipe
Yeah,
for.
I don't know if he. I don't think he'll throw him too many hospital balls. I was at one point.
It
I
takes
was
is
sitting
one.
there with Trey Harris or Olave, and I was like, he's a dog, but how much of that dog is left up there? And rookie quarterbacks again. How many more hospital balls is he gonna get? So I had to pass on him. But
Yeah, he's an interesting case just because of his head injuries already. He's had so many in his career that
yeah,
mm, it's worrisome. It's worrisome. It's almost like Tua a little bit.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so what is what's your favorite pick that you've made, Matt? Besides like Gibbs and the top guys.
Ooh, well, my favorite, I guess, waiver wire pickup is KLS, and I picked him up because Trey Harris was going through that contract stuff, and I was like, let me grab him, and I think I either picked him up a day after or like a day before Mike Williams hung up the cleats, so I was happy about that because now we just need to get who's Mr. Drop.
Quentin
Um,
Johnson.
Johnson.
yeah, QJ. We got to get him out of the way. Um,
What about Lad McConkey?
I mean, he's there. I always knew he'd be there,
He's
and
there.
He only has number two
I got
receivers.
another number two here, so I just got a bunch of number two guys, and I mean Waddle. If he'll
I think the
leave,
guy you just named, I think LSK, is that what it is? LKS? What is it?
ALS.
KLS.
KLS.
Yeah.
He's like a 4.
For now, for now, he's got to be the three.
He's a Hall of Fame game legend. Like, all right.
When QJ goes out there and drops one more pass. Now I did see Keenan Allen was talking about the Chargers. I was like
That'd be
he needs to
huge.
stay away. I know I'd be huge for you, but he needs to stay away. That guy,
I
that
think that
guy
makes
needs
perfect sense.
he needs to go like his friend Mike and hang him up. To be
All
honest.
right, wait. I just gotta pause you real quick. We go 22 rounds in a draft, and your favorite is a waiver wire pickup that a guy
I think
who's not going to make the team or not going to even play.
that was my favorite waiver wire pickup. All right,
How
my
many waiver
favorite.
wire picks have you made?
Well, he tried to trade AJ Barner to everybody after Noah Fant got suspended.
Y'all need to stop talking in the big chat. When Kieran was like, I don't want AJ Barner. That trade was out to like 13 other people. But yeah, when I couldn't get dirt for him, I was like, all right, well, I gotta make room. So that one hurt. I was gonna keep on my roster. Just at that point, I kind of had to, but had to get my guy Will Howard on there. So
It was a great moment when everyone realized that Matt had proposed the same exact trade for AJ Barnes.
oh really?
Separately,
It was the same
being
exact.
different people.
No, yeah, there was nothing different. It
Are
was
you
AJ
worried?
Barner.
Are you worried about your credibility, Matt? Are you worried
I
people
know
are
I
going to
said
see your name come up and just run for the hills?
I think that already happens in STEM. Like I sent out a trade, and it's like days before someone replies because I know they're not looking at. It. But I will say I do think I send out fair enough trades. Usually my first one is a little bit like I sent one out to John. It was like some backup wide receiver and backup running back for Mike Evans, and then he accepted it. And I remember I got so scared because I was like, what did I just? Because I didn't even know what I sent to him. I was like, why did he accept it? So I looked and I was sitting there. I was like, one of these players just like turn into a star overnight, or am I missing something? And sure enough, it's just
So what you're saying, you're just trying to prey on the weak. That's what you're trying to see if
Right
anyone's
now,
gonna.
I'm testing the waters a little bit, and I don't know who's gonna watch it, but props to everyone because everyone seems pretty strong-willed up there. So there isn't really anyone that I can nag someone, but yeah, I mean, you guys know I like to just send out. I like that feeling of a new guy in the room, so I just like to get those trades done. Okay, but
Fair
my
enough.
my favorite draft pick before it goes down as my favorite was KLS. Um,
What a crazy
talking like
answer.
late round or like any time.
Yeah, I mean, anytime. He gave me some waiver wires, so like at this point, just give me
Oh, I mean it depends how his season goes, but I think Waddle one of my favorite picks just because of the value for him. If
This
you,
is propaganda.
I have been trying to trade Waddle, but
This is propaganda. You're trying to trade Waddle. It's the second you drafted him. I don't believe that
he's
for
the
a
only
second.
like, fair
That
guy
was
I
your
got.
favorite pick.
All right, hold on. I gotta get one more in
number three. Attempt number three.
here. um, maybe Harvey because I wasn't planning on him, and then if he could turn out good, I think I'd be pretty happy with Harvey. Um, so yeah, we'll go. Shout outs. We'll go to Harvey, JMO, and KLS. He's gonna make the squad. He's not practice squad material. He's,
I think he'll
he,
make the team. Yeah, I just don't think he'll
oh
play.
yeah, he's number 3 soon enough.
He is not number three.
He will be soon enough. They're just like Quentin Johnson. They're like he's our number 3 because of the capital they put in. Was he a second round pick?
Who's a first rounder?
First round
Or
pick.
yeah, so of course they're gonna keep him out there, even though these are his hands. But once they realize that KLS is miles ahead of that guy, he's out there. He's out there, and he was hot stuff in training camp before he scored that tutty in the Hall of Fame game. So I got I got excited watching the Hall of Fame game, like I was actually watching like fantasy. Like when he caught like a 30-yard bomb, I was like dancing in my chair. Like no points were coming to me, nothing was happening. But
He should have a
love seeing.
preseason for fantasy, so people can start trading after they realize that their guys are cheeks.
I was trying to get the Tasala guy from Kieran.
Kieran, yeah.
Yeah, I sent him a trade after he got 2 like slant passes for like 20 yards each, and I sent out a trade offer, and Kieran was like, "Oh really, Matt?" I was like, "Well, didn't know if you were watching or not."
Highest the value will ever be.
Exactly.
Probably.
Caught 2 passes during the
Yeah,
only football game that's on TV.
you got to trade him at the high point, and just Kieran didn't see that.
Um. All right. What besides Mbuka, what
Hmm.
picks? What players were you itching to grab and didn't end up your way?
I thought Bryce Young was gonna slide. I was gonna try to get Bryce Young and somebody else, but Bryce Young was gonna be my guy going into the season.
I think he's
I,
gonna have a good season this year.
I
I
think he
believe
will
in
too.
him.
I was watching him last year toward the tail end, and he was doing real good. Uh, he played the Chiefs too, and it was like game ended like 30 to like 33 or something. Chiefs kicking a field goal to win against the Panthers, and I was like, this is looks like a different Panthers to me. Nick might be happy, but so yeah, I was looking to get Bryce Young, and let's see,
Have you tried to trade for him? Just out of curiosity. Like his
I
value
haven't.
can't be.
Yeah, I have
I would
just
put
because.
out like if you're gonna trade for a guy. Oh, that's Kieran. He probably offered 50 trades too.
Yeah, Kieran and me are like, because he told me at one point he was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait till like the season starts. I was like, oh yeah, fair, I respect that. And then like a couple of days later, I sent him another just because squirrel brain it left my brain, so I sent him another. I think that's why he's kind of standoffish with me right now because he told me to chill out and I did not. Warning with anybody. If anybody tells me I'm gonna wait, oh yeah, I'll wait until the next news article comes out. Then and I'm coming your way with the trade. My
I
2027
say
third.
you messaged me during the draft and asked if I'd be open to trading my next pick that was like 15 picks away. And I was like, I would consider it, but like let me see who's on the board when it gets closer. And you're like, yeah, that makes sense. And then 2 picks go by and I see trade proposed from Matt Byers.
I
I don't
was
want
just
to
letting
nag,
I was
but
letting you mull on it, you know? Like you didn't have to do it there, but it was like, it's like when you gotta sign a paper and like they push the paper at you. Like
We're just like,
let me
yeah,
do
you're
it.
sliding it across the desk. Just like take a look,
Mhm.
take a gander.
It's there for when you want to pull the trigger. Was that my first rounder I gave you? Did we end up getting that done?
no, we did do that, but this was later in the draft, I
Okay.
think.
What'd you give up the first
'Cause
round pick for?
I
Kind of
took
booty
that
on
deal pretty quickly.
Yeah, kind of booty now that I look at it.
What'd you
I,
what'd you give up?
he gave me his ninth pick and his 14th pick. Um, and so I turned that into Jordan Mason and Brashad Smith. So kind of when I look at it now, kind of booty a little bit. Um,
You just love
happy with,
backups.
love a good backup because I had Kyron Williams when he was a backup. I did have Puka in our stem league, but I dropped him, and of course he's turned into Puka. So, um, which trades might come to haunt me a little bit more in Dynasty because it's like you trade someone away and they turn into something great. You're living with that for years.
Yeah, you gotta be a little more careful.
And I think that's why
Yeah,
people are I think that's why people are a little hesitant to trade before the season
Mhm.
starts.
makes sense. But I do love that my tight end one is Mr. Chigo Conquo. And
Are we gonna do this every year with Chigaconquo? I
all
like
right,
Chig as much as the next guy, but I
he's
mean,
he started for me in the playoffs against you. He put up a nice like
Crazy.
point. That's what I need. That's all I need.
how
That's what I
did
want
that
from my
how did that end up?
Okay, well, if you didn't vulture every single touchdown from if Chase Brown didn't want to this guy, let me slide down at the one. No, be greedy. Score that touchdown. Maybe that's why your ankle's all messed up now. Idiot. Not draft. I specifically probably won't draft him again ever in my life because of that. Because he wanted to be selfless and go down at the one to run the clock out. And instead, he like broke his ankle or something and falls down at the one, not even in the goal line. And of course, they got to take a timeout, and here comes Burrow. So that one, he left a sour taste in my mouth, and I don't really want him in my locker room after that. So he's probably a fade forever for me.
Do you actually like make decisions based on personal vendettas in fantasy?
I I do a little bit
I do
because
too. I was just curious, like how much of an impact it has on how you construct your roster.
it does to a small extent. Like if I'm bouncing between two players, that might be a deciding factor. But at the same time, last season, when I'm sitting there and I'm looking to replace Kyler Murray in my championship game because he's just cheeks, and I'm looking at Bryce Young and some other guy, I was like, I'm never drafting Kyler Murray ever again. I don't
Then you
want him to
traded
get.
up for him
Yeah, I was like, I don't
What
want
must
him.
happen?
to have him forever.
He said he's gonna run, and boy, do I like him when he runs because I get mad at him when he's running around that pocket. But as soon as he breaks out and he's running like 10 yards, I'm like I'm real happy. When he can't see over the line and he's throwing Hail Marys to the grass, I don't like that. We're missing Marv on open touch. I'm trying to get Marv. I'm trying to go for the stack again, the dynasty stack. And I want Marv before his second year because I do think he'll do better this year. But if there is any slow start to that duo, I'm in there. And that's what
Sounds like you got to send Jeff Burchard Smith for uh, Marvin Harrison Jr.
I did when he wanted Rashard Smith, I was like, any way we could get a combo here and I get Marv. And he's like, probably not likely. And I hate when people tell me that because any player is open. And like Chris knows this because I traded Kamara last year, and Kamara I think at the time was like top 1 or 2 running back.
Well, I gave you Puka because
Yeah,
my team
yeah,
was struggling and I needed to make the playoffs, and he was
yeah,
injured, and then he came back like a week later and was like wide receiver 3 the rest of the season.
yeah. It was a little scary though, right when he was coming back, because I think he came back for a game and then went out that same game with an injury, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Then he came back
Or
again.
is that the game that he punched a guy and got tossed?
That might have
Oh, I
been,
remember
yeah.
that.
Like I was literally watching, and he punches some guy and gets tossed, and I'm screaming at him because I might have been playing Brady. I might have been playing you. I might have been like week 10 or something.
We play like I think 3 times a year.
Yeah, well, I remember something happening, and I was playing you, and I'd literally so upset because this feels like Bills and Chiefs, but reverse, and I don't like being on this end of it. I don't even beat you in the regular season. That's the thing. I don't even get that little taste of victory. Every time I see you, I get curb style. And of course, we finish the draft and we get our teams populated. I see the schedule.
Week
Very first
1.
guy.
Yeah, first dynasty
Oh,
game. We're facing each other. So what up? All right. Bryce Young, any other picks that that you
yeah,
liked?
those are the main ones. I know there's a lot more that got sniped, but I wanted Charbonnet, but he went like, pretty early.
Yeah, I think people are expecting like it's just uh Kenneth Walker, his injury history is just like
Yeah,
so bad that people have he's pretty
and
ranked. He's ranked pretty high for a backup running back.
I think Charbonnet would probably be a starter on another team if the situation was right. So he filled in nice last year too when Walker was out.
Yeah, I think it's hard with running backs. There's like 2 on every team that pretty much
Mhm.
anyone likes, and everyone would be like, oh, you could start on another team. So
Yeah.
um, I do think that it's hard for a guy to break out like that unless
Yeah.
an injury happens.
Oh, my Godwin news was pretty rough. Drafted him, and then like a week later, apparently he had another surgery on his knee from the injury that happened a couple years ago. That just no one decided to talk about. His second surgery comes up, and who said that? That kind of sucks. I think he'll be ready week 1. Don't know if I'm gonna start him because I think they said he's gonna ease him into it, and whenever they say that, they always get like 30% snap share their first game. So another reason why I'm sad that Buka is gone. News would
Well,
have
the
been
thing
happy.
with Godwin though is like if they were really concerned, they wouldn't have given him the money that they gave him.
They did, yeah. That's a huge reason I drafted him. And I got lucky with Cortland Sutton getting that big contract, but I was more confident in Sutton because Sutton he's kind of a sleeper wide receiver. I feel like he doesn't get that like wide receiver one.
It's not exciting.
Yeah, he's not like an exciting wide receiver one, but like back half of last season, he was putting up like 15 points a game at least. So I'll take that from. I don't know what my
He's
wide
also
receiver.
29.
Yeah, that too.
You drafted both of the Texans rookie wide receivers.
Yeah. I went Chargers too. I picked up KLS because one of them's got a hit. So I think Nolan
So
will
was that
I'm
your
probably
glad
mindset
like
with it? Was like one of them has to be good?
a little bit. Yeah, I wasn't aiming for Noel. I saw things about Noel before the draft. So he was in my mind. And then when it came to that pick, and I was like, all right, who do I want? Because at this point, we were getting pretty late where I didn't have much of a plan anymore. It was just pick whoever I like. And the vision was like the first like 8, 9 picks. That was the vision. And then the vision is whatever I want it to be. It's ever changing. So if
it's like
something
the
happens,
process.
yeah, it's just a process. So if something happens throughout the season and you guys start chirping at me about the vision, I'll just be like, it was part of the vision. I don't know what you guys are trying to talk about.
Whatever you do is the vision.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, with Tank Dell, I think He said he's going to be out all of 25. I think is the thought right now. So I know
Yeah,
Higgins
Tankdale's
will.
not playing.
Yeah, I know Higgins will be involved as the number 2, and I like that for him because Collins will draw a lot of targets, so he probably will never get doubled. And then I hope Noel can beat out Kirk, Christian Kirk there too, right? I hope he can beat out Kirk, but I might have taxi squad Noel. I'm not sure what I did with him, but
You did, yeah.
yeah, I
I
don't.
don't like. I don't think he needs to beat him out for you to be like bullish on him.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like
just
Christian
think
Kirk isn't brought in to be like their wide receiver 2 for the next 7 years.
yeah.
Pretty
So
much just stop.
we'll see. We'll see what happens with Noel. I'm hoping he can develop something. Same with Higgins. That's basically my hope here is that these young wide receivers I jumped on can develop into strong number 2s, kind of like Addison Williams, that kind of thing. Maybe I get lucky and I get like a Chase Higgins situation in Cincinnati. That'd be pretty nice. But I think it could go that way with Higgins and Collins. I think they could be nice if Higgins can put up numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, and you gotta add weapons around CJ Stroud. I think he had a pedestrian season last year, but it was similar to what he did his rookie year, but he just didn't have that rookie shine on him. So everyone was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, he's not as good as he was." And so I think he's a solid passer that'll be able to get the we'll be able to get everyone the ball. So I think that would work out. It's gonna work out for you.
yeah, yeah. Everyone expected him to have that second year jump, and like you come on strong as a rookie and have a really strong year. I mean, how much more can you jump really to the next year? So it's like
The Jaden
him
Daniels
as well.
question.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't. I
That's
mean,
why
wow,
I
got
want
you
my
this
rookie
year.
quarterback to just show some flashes, so he doesn't have a sophomore slump coming in.
You got two. You got 2 sophomores coming up. So
What do you mean?
CJ Stroud make an AFC
with
championship
May
game.
and oh wait, no, May's going in his third, isn't he?
No.
No, he's second.
Oh yeah. So him and Daniels, both them going
Oh
in their
yeah, both
second.
of us. Yeah.
Yeah, and just
Oh,
like
I
the
guess on
Texans.
my team too. Yeah. Daniels is in jail. He's not
Really.
playing.
We'll see week 1. We'll see who jumps in that quarterback slot.
Um,
'Cause I don't know. I'm gonna have to text you about that name if it's like 12:45 and I'm looking and I see
you
Jane
see him in
Daniels.
there?
That's not his jail cell, so I don't know what he's doing there.
Um, all right. I think we've ran through most of your picks. I think we've gotten a good sense of where you're at. You drafted the Chiefs defense. Um,
Mhm.
you drafted Harrison Butker. Um, do you hate women?
I had to, I had to get that one white guy on there because the name is not gonna be pretty if he's not there.
We don't,
So,
we don't, we don't even explain that.
but yeah, yeah, we can we can leave the name off of it. Um, oh,
Um, anyways, I should have realized what I was doing there when I asked that question.
we kind of
Clearly
roll
that
with
was
it
a
now.
joke. But
Yeah,
transitioning to the Chiefs, um, they've won the division. This is going to be like what, the 10th time in a row if they do it again, something like
something like
that,
that.
maybe eighth. Um, are you the AFC West is very stacked now. It seems like,
Yeah.
especially if the Raiders end up being pretty decent, which I think they'll be solid. I don't think they're going to be world breaking, but I think they'll be solid.
Mhm.
Um, are you worried about the Chiefs' reign here in the AFC after we had you on after the Super Bowl loss?
Yeah.
Um, how you feeling? How you feeling now for the Chiefs going into this year?
Josh Simmons has looked really good.
Your
I
first
didn't
rounder?
expect. Yeah, and that's when we were texting. That's who I wanted them to go get because it's like my trade, like the value for him at that point was gonna be great if he could get healthy, and I didn't think they thought or anyone thought that he would be healthy as fast as he is because he's already like I think they're not even rotating left tackle in training camp anymore. When they roll out with the ones, it's just Simmons every single time, and they're rotating the right tackle. God, I hope Jawan Taylor does not start right tackle. If I see another flag come and Jawan Taylor's looking around like this, trying to figure out what happened, you jumped a second early. It's not cute. I get it's like his signature move, but just give it a second. Let that ball get snapped, and then you can jump. Because I've seen him jump, and he jumps, and he's standing there, and he's waiting. There's no need to wait for them to get to you. So I can't take those penalties. Every time I see that flag, and they say false start on the offense, wait to hear Josh Simmons or I hope not, Jawan Taylor's name, and I know it's him. So yeah, sorry.
I mean, sorry, a lot of different wide receivers here on the Chiefs.
Yeah,
What's that rotation gonna look like?
I think I don't know if it'll be Juju or Royals that fills in when Rice has his suspension. I kind of lean more towards Juju just because he's in the system. He's been there for a while. He's been around for a while. I think it'll look like Worthy, Juju, and Hollywood if he's yeah I think he's back practicing. I
Are
think
you just
those will
like
be the
purposely not naming Worthy?
not so Worthy,
Oh, okay, all right, sorry.
but yeah Worthy will
Tyreek
really
Hill.
don't need
No,
maybe hopefully for both of us,
yeah, come
but
on, it's your team. You can't
Tyreek
root. You're rooting against him.
Tyreek Hill
You
after
care more
week
about
1.
fantasy than the Chiefs?
Hold on. I didn't say that.
That's won his
Tyreek,
Super Bowls. He needs a fantasy championship like he needs
Fair enough.
oxygen.
yeah, I got one. I got one. I'll forever love Devontae Adams for that because I don't know. Were you both there when we went and watched the Cowboys game? It was like Thursday night for the
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and of course I was playing CD and like Dak's on the 1 yard line and just hooks it up. CD catches it and runs like a 99-yard touchdown. So Friday and Saturday I'm sitting there staring at CD Lamb's 42 points, and I got like 25% win chance. I'm like, great. And then Devontae Adams goes out and puts up 45. So I love that hunk forever. When did he go? I
he's
probably would
he win the sixth.
in the sixth. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he
he
went
was
to
like
Lambeau's team.
if he had gotten to me, I might have picked him over Trey Harris. I don't know because I wanted to go young, and I knew I wanted Sutton and also Godwin. So I don't know if I would have. Maybe I would have picked Devontae and not gone Godwin, but no, I think in terms of the AFC, I think it'll be a lot harder for the Chiefs this year, just because it's like there's gonna be a lot more pressure, and I hope that they don't kind of pull out like they did last year, where it was like winning games by witch magic, which was very stressful for me. Which I
Mhm.
hate to say, like, oh, the man who has everything had to worry for a couple regular season games, but it was worrisome because I thought the Broncos were gonna beat us. Actually, I had $100 riding on that game. I don't know why, but I was like the Broncos, like rookie quarterback. And I think this was before Bo Nix really got out of that beginning of the year slump. So I was like, easy money. I put like $100 to make like 40 or something, and I'm sitting there for that kick. I'm just like, and then it's perfect, and I think I fell out of my bed. Like I was on the floor running around. So that added to the feeling of happiness. But I hope I see them
Joy of
put up.
gambling.
Oh yeah, the joy and despair. But yeah, I hope I see them. I miss those like 30, 35 point games where you're just watching Tyreek run down the field. So I hope that is worthy.
They're gonna stick to the dink and dunk method that they've had the past 2, 3 years?
Mahomes wants to air it out. He keeps talking about airing it out. He wanted to last season, but him and Worthy just couldn't figure it out. So I'm
He
hoping
couldn't keep
maybe.
his feet in bounds.
I know. And some of the balls Mahomes threw to him were little far. Some of them were just where they would take a step and then do like a leprechaun leap out of bounds. I'm like, yeah, there you go. But I think they will try to bring the deep ball back a little bit because that's kind of what made Mahomes dangerous with Reek when they first hit the scene. So I think they'll try to ignite some of that again. I hope they will, and of course they're gonna keep that dink and dunk a little bit, especially when Rice is grabbing those dunks.
They
Um,
won 2 Super Bowls without Tyreek, or just 1?
2.
Too. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Because they traded him 2020, right?
2021 after they lost to
Yeah.
Tom
The Bucks.
Brady.
Yeah, after the Bucks, that's when they traded Reek, and then yeah,
Well,
yeah,
they beat
too.
the yeah, because it was not the Niners was after that. No, or was that no? Was that before? That might have
They
been
beat the
before.
Eagles and the Niners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they beat the Niners twice, huh?
Yeah, they did.
Mm, Jeez.
If I was a
Poor-
Niners fan, I would have some great Niners and Bills. I'm scared. Like when I wear my Chiefs stuff out, if I see a Niners or Bills fan, I'm kind of walking a little more scared,
A
because
little swiftly.
that's some built up aggression, and some sports fans they want someone to take that aggression out. So when they see a little dumbass walking around in my Chiefs gear, I might ignite something.
Hollywood Brown, he was injured to start the season last year. I mean, he's on my team, so I'm trying to get some good insight here. Is he going to be back in the system? Have you seen anything on with training camp that they're trying to get him involved, or is he
Yeah,
more of
he's
like a
been out there.
3 or 4?
No, I think I guess I'll just for the first, I'll say 4 weeks because I'll take Rice out of it. I think Worthy will be. I think he'll be more than a boom or bust. I think he'll have some alternative routes. Um, Hollywood and Juju, I'm not really sure. I think Juju will probably fill into that intermediate route, kind of with Kelsey, where they'll be in the middle of the field, and I think Hollywood will just be opposite side of Worthy, kind of stretching the field too. So I think Worthy will be featured more, but I think Hollywood still has a nice role for him because like they signed D Hop last year, and
Hmm.
that kind of muddied the waters for Hollywood a little bit. They were kind of in the same role behind Rice and Worthy, so I think he'll have a better year. At least until Rice comes back, then he'll fall into that three. I think Juju will.
Yeah, that makes sense. You mentioned Travis Kelsey. Is uh
Mhm.
is there any reports that he's looking back up to, like, in the Super Bowl, like
He's fat
he
and
was
old. Whoever's got him, got to trade him to me right now. I think he has looked faster. Um, I've watched some clips and like his training camp you can't really read much into it, but his route running at least in the drills has looked better and he just looks faster. I don't know what was happening last year. I think Taylor Swift was fattening him up, making him cupcakes and stuff. So I think he's worked on himself, and I don't know if he'll do the full 2 years because he's on a 2-year deal.
Mm.
Um, I think he like if they have a season where they don't Chiefs either don't get to the playoffs or they're eliminated earlier in the playoffs. I think this might be his last year. I think he wants to just not end on a Super Bowl loss. I think if Chiefs won, I think he would have retired. Because come on,
It's like
retiring
the
on a
Jason
Super Bowl.
Kelsey route.
Yeah. And then of course I feel so bad for him because he retires and then the Eagles go ahead and win the whole thing. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I
Hey,
wish
he
he
got
was
his
there.
one.
Yeah, he did against
Yeah,
you
Travis
guys,
has his
unfortunately.
3.
It's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So do you
But
think
yeah,
Taylor
no, I
Swift has time to bake him cupcakes? I feel like
Yeah.
she's a pretty busy woman. I guess she could
I
have a
mean,
chef
yeah,
that
but
bakes.
it's that cliche of like when you get in a relationship, everyone gets a little bit fatter because
it on you.
yeah, everybody you're making stuff, making baked goods and playing around. I
Going to
don't
get
know.
ice cream.
I don't know how different superstar relationships are. I can't. I mean, they. I don't know. I try not to follow a lot of that stuff because I like my football news, and I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift being shown every other time. I think they've kind of come back on that a little bit, but when they first started dating, God, that was rough. Like every 10 seconds, it was like, there's Taylor Swift next to Mama Kelsey. I'm like, there they are
See
again.
that? There they are.
Moved.
I think you could get Travis Kelce if you wanted to. I don't think he'd be that pricey.
Yeah, but then again, I'm like, I don't know what I want to get. Like every time I try to, I'm kind of in this spot where like I try to make a trade, but like I like my guys.
Not give up
Um,
any.
yeah, so it's like I don't know what I would want to get. Like for Kelsey, I would probably give like my 2026 third and fourth round, and that's if you want that, take it. If you don't want it, keep Kelsey. And I don't really know if he's worth a second rounder.
Yeah,
So
as you said,
I mean, you're
it
getting
might
like
be his
1
last
year
year.
out.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. I don't I don't know if I'd go to offer a second rounder, but third and fourth maybe I give.
So we talked about gambling earlier. You have a preseason parlay that is spanning of I think 2 weeks. Starting with the Hall of Fame
I
game
thought
that
it
you
wasn't
that
fully preseason. I thought you had week 1 games in there.
Yeah, it was week one. So it was just a Hall of Fame game because I'm sitting there, right? And I got the Chargers wide receivers and I know how doggish they are. So I'm like, I think they win this. I was like, I didn't want to put like $10 on it. I was like, I'll make like a $2.50 parlay and I grabbed like easy games, like it's like Cardinals versus Saints. Like I grabbed that because God forbid the Saints can win. That would really mess me up if Kyler Murray can't beat the Saints.
so
Um,
that's just itching. That's just sitting
yeah.
there until week one.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
month long.
I got a lot of I did some playoff parlays and I did one division winner parlay just because I saw people last year and they were like had these huge like division winner parlays, playoff parlays, and it looked like fun if like yours survives.
Yeah.
'Cause I know like I saw people had like the Lions winning, and it was like that Lions Viking game determined everything. So it was like that sounds fun to me to watch that throughout the season.
Yeah.
Because that's not something that'll really bust in the first 4 weeks. Because like I did put the Bengals on there. I didn't put. I'm not a
Bengals to
believer
win
in.
the division?
No, just playoffs.
Okay.
That's Ravens. Um, I'm not a huge believer in the 49ers, especially with all their new wide receiver news. And like, Chris McCaffrey's he's a stud. I think he stays healthy this season for the most part. But you got Purdy and McCaffrey, maybe Ayuk. I don't. He hasn't played football in like a year though, so don't know how he's gonna look. But I
Pearsall.
don't believe. Yeah, Pearsall. Yeah, I don't believe in the 49ers.
So
Might
did you have
beat
them
them.
missing it?
I didn't put them to miss it. Like I didn't put that they would miss it. I just didn't include them. I left like two open spaces. So it's like I think I put like
Oh,
$5 and it'll
yeah.
make like 3 or 4 thousand. And so I picked like 12 teams. I left like two teams off. So like it can vary a little bit. But
You have it up? I'm curious, like, what your playoff
boy.
picture is.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
let's let's do it.
let me pull it up here.
That so what
I
it
also noticed that preseason or the Hall of Fame game plus week 1 parlay, you just took, like, all of the biggest favorites.
Because I was pretty confident in the Chargers. And then I was like, if I hit that one, it'd be like a nice little cherry on top. So I think I might put like $10 to make 100 or something. And that'll be nice because I'm a fan of doing like small bets. I'll do like every week for like the week one games. I'll try to pick every team of the like 16 different teams. I'll put like 25 cents. That's it. And then usually like the 1 o'clock games it busts. So I'm like, there goes my quarter.
The all favorites parlay never wins.
Oh, never. I can actually cash out of that though for 10 cents. Right now,
Yo,
I could take 10 cents and run.
who knows what it'll
Um,
look like in the 4 o'clock window if week 1? Could be could
Really?
oh,
be
that.
could be a couple bucks you can cash out for.
Let me see. I gotta.
I just imagine Matt looking at his FanDuel, just like scrolling. He's
I
like, ah,
well,
somewhere in here.
I have a little bit of an issue here.
It's somewhere in the log. I know I placed it recently.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. So I have $25 on this to make 3,500, and so I have the Bills, the Ravens, Chiefs. This is just to make playoffs. The Chiefs, the Eagles, the Lions. I guess some people are out on the Lions, but I'm not. I got the Rams. Puka gets hurt, I will cry. I got the Bengals. I got the Bucks. I got the Commanders, and I got the Broncos. That's I didn't really. It was hard for me to pick Chargers or Broncos. That was probably one of my hardest ones because I could see it going away. Like I feel like Chargers and Broncos are kind of like the same. Like they're both like right at that same level, trying to make that next step to grab the division.
Yeah.
Raiders I'm the lowest on, but I currently rank it as Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, Raiders. So
I think I would agree with that.
yeah, but
The Chargers are a tough. They're a tough one because they're like they just forever have the stench of the Bolts on them, and
mhm.
they like their team was good last year. They finally have a coach. Um, it seems like they're doing the right things to put the roster together. Man, just I just don't like I just don't believe in them as much as I would believe in the like even the Broncos this turnaround from last year or this year or 2 years ago to this year. Um, does just I feel like Sean Payton has that shit locked down. Maybe we'll probably see some regression from Bo Nix, but the I just feel like the Chargers will forever, no matter how stacked their roster will be, I can't trust them to make the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, there's a world where we could see the Chiefs, Broncos, and Chargers all in the playoffs, and that would be something. But
Oh
I
yeah, they could
don't
all make it.
I don't know. I honestly would love to see the Pats make it, as far of a stretch that might be. But
Oh, they're
they,
making it. Stretch. You know,
The win total's
stretch.
8.5. We talked about that earlier this week.
yeah,
Like if they get over on that, you're 9-8, and you got a shot to
yeah,
playoffs at 9-8.
The only
yeah,
stretch
yeah,
is Tavion Henderson. Stretch play to the right, stretch play to the left. That's the only stretch we're talking about here.
yeah. And that was whose team was that? Because he kind of shared the vision. I'm not gonna lie, he went pretty young.
Oh, Theo?
Uh,
Yeah, Theo took like
yeah,
the whole draft class.
yeah, it was crazy. 'Cause, like every time it got to Theo, it was like another rookie going. I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm not a huge fan of Travis Hunter for fantasy. Football, I know he's a dog, but for fantasy purposes, especially since we're not doing like an IDP league, I don't know if he's a good pick at that. You got him at the first
He
pick
could
of
be
the
taking
third.
like 90% of his snaps at cornerback in a year. We don't know what he's going to look like.
Yeah, that's kind of, and like right now, I think he's almost
I
at
think
like
he'll
an
be
even.
fine.
You think?
He's a
Like
yes. That's
I
a
feel like
dog.
okay, but
And
the
you have a good
players that
point. Like they could put him at cornerback a little bit more than we would want.
yeah,
But with the 5 plays he's going to be out there, those are he's getting the ball. Like he's out there because he's getting the ball. So
yeah. I mean, we'll have to see how it turns out. I just behind him were AJ Brown, Rice, Wilson, Worthy, McMillan. I feel like I'd rather take a shot at one of those guys over Hunter.
it's definitely a gamble. He definitely took him very high. Took him over AJ Brown, as you said, Garrett Wilson, um, Williams, James Cook. All these guys are solidified fantasy players.
Yeah.
The the upside, I think the upside is very high for Travis Hunter and
Oh yeah.
in fantasy, but the downside, as you guys mentioned, is that he could be playing cornerback for for most of his snaps. Um, but they took him as they traded up and they took him for number 2.
Yeah.
I don't think they did that without a plan in mind for
Yeah.
for what they want him offensively and defensively.
Plan's got to work though.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And he has the quarterback though. Um, and he doesn't like he's not gonna like Brian Thomas is gonna be the number 1 wide receiver. So that'll be interesting too, where the focus won't necessarily be on Hunter when he's out there, even when he is out there as a wide receiver.
Yeah, but I also feel like
So maybe
that's a
that's a
good.
downside too.
It might be a sign for coaches, like, if you see Travis Hunter run onto the field, line up out wide, odds are probably a pass. And like they might do it in obvious passing down situations, but like he can't be out there for any play actions. He can't. I mean, I guess you would only really have. Uh,
He could be a
I guess
decoy. He could be a blocker.
yeah,
Just
they
tired
could
as
mess with
hell.
him. He's out there. DB's like, right. I mean, this guy's winded already, and it's the first snap of the series here, but we'll see.
He's
Um, yeah,
definitely gonna be an interesting case study.
I like Theo's team. I wanted to grab like Sutton and Godwin and a couple older players, just so I can try to have a shot at championship this year. Um, I always say like if you can get into playoffs, anything can happen. And we like in
Well,
our STEM league, we've seen it. People,
when you have Jamar Chase, I think the right like that. I think that's why he probably reached with the Travis Hunter. Like he has his number 1 wide receiver for the next 10 years, and
sure.
probably the best player in fantasy football
Yeah,
um, for the next 10 years. So he definitely is looking to. Seems like he's looking to. He's got like a 3-year plan here with his team. Um, but I do think, I mean, as you said, if he gets in the playoffs, J.K. Dobbins could be having a good season. Cooper
mhm.
Kupp could still be catching a lot of balls, um, and being productive. And then he's got Jamar Chase, and that guy can get you 40 any night.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. Yep.
I can't believe he fell to 8 in our league last year.
People were scared.
I took
I
Tyreek before him.
I
Oh,
was itching to grab him,
Horrible.
and then of course you got a draft right in front of me, right in front of me. I was telling Chris, I always have to draft right next to a wise guy. I don't like it. I want I want some distance. I never get it. This year, I'm for STEM. I'm probably gonna be right between you and Chris. That'll probably be what happens.
sandwich.
I was
Yeah.
really right.
Which I don't know. I gotta look in the chat, see who's got an answer, because I think we still got like 3 people that are just sleeping. But I really want to try that auction draft. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna pan out because it's like the first in person we're gonna get in 5 years. But if it even
Yeah,
is in
auction,
person,
you got to have like everyone's got to be locked in for basically 2 hours,
yeah,
unless you use your whole budget in like the first 20 picks, and then you can just kind of tune out. But it's way more of a commitment. I don't know if probably like 75% of that league would be on board for it, but definitely not everybody.
Yeah, I think it would be hard to get 100 on that one. I do like the idea of an auction draft. It seems fun, but
yeah,
it seems like a pain to get together.
yeah. Well, maybe baby steps. Maybe this year we just get everyone together, and then next year, of course,
Do a
next
little
year
auction
probably
draft.
half the league will move away. Be like, nah, sorry, I'm in Hawaii. And it's like, Dylan, I'm overseas. It's like, yeah, well, you can FaceTime. 2 a.m.
Well, auction you don't need to do in person. Like you can do
Yeah,
it
yeah,
online.
yeah. It's just, I feel like it's better if you get a majority in person, and then like you get like
Mhm.
3 or 4 people calling online. I feel like that's a good situation. So,
All right. Any anything else that we haven't discussed? I feel like we've gotten most of your draft here, um, most of your antics. Um, and I
The
think,
vision is being finally disclosed.
yeah, the vision's out. The vision's
I,
out
I
for.
do I do have a lot
There
of
is no vision. That's
That's kind of what I've learned is that there's no
yeah, the
vision.
vision is
it's just not
there
being
was never a vision. The vision is making up as I go. The main vision was just getting the young players going young. That was I mean that's not really
basically you were just playing dynasty football.
pretty much. But I like the vision was the people that would make the team I feel like still a contender year one, but still being young. It's like, it's like
Vision were the friends that we made along the way.
sure.
The trades
Yeah.
that we made on
Yeah, the
But
trades that we
yeah,
made along the way.
got like
the players
got
that
like
were
four
acquired
Chiefs.
via future draft picks.
Yeah, I got like 4 Chiefs, um, 3 Chargers, I think no, 2 Chargers, no, 3 Chargers, and 2
The
Broncos.
Broncos,
I'm gonna be on a huge AF set.
hey, you basically are. We're just like the AFC West.
Yeah, I'm just the AFC West, so gotta hope for sure in the AFC West.
Better be a good division.
It looks like one,
It
but
does. It does look like one of the best. I think it looks like one of the best that could be in the NFL. So, do you think that that's going to be a solid division?
problem is Chiefs and like Denver's got the best defense in the division. And then I'd probably put Chiefs, and then I don't know, Chargers, Raiders. Just dogging on the Raiders at this point. But
Defenses are volatile though.
yeah,
Like one year to the next, you don't know how good or how consistent defenses are going to be.
yeah. I just worry they're gonna put a cap on the shootouts, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think that's the vision right there.
Nice. I love it. Absolutely love it. I think Chris, before we go, Cherry did take a trade request. How nervous?
What's that?
I said Terry
Oh,
did make a
Terry.
trade request. How nervous are we feeling now? What does it
I
have to
mean,
do like
Matt asked me
wellness checks?
when I first saw it, my heart like dropped, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, how many trade requests have we seen over the past couple years that guys just don't get traded?
Oh yeah.
Like this happens very frequently. I think it's a negotiating tactic. I think it shows that they're or confirms that they are very far away on a number. I read an article the other day on ESPN that kind of ran through like the possible situations, and that made me feel a lot better because basically what they could do is just guarantee a little bit more money this year for him, um, and then try to figure something out again next year, which is probably what's going to end up happening. And then we see where he's at next year.
Keep the song
Like
dance
he's
again.
not, yeah, but no team is going to trade draft capital for him and then pay him what he's asking for. It's just not going to happen. So I think his agent's a bum. He's asking for more than Metcalf. It sounds like
that's crazy.
I think he's asking for like $35 million a year, which is just not going to happen. Like, Jamar Chase is making $40 million a year.
Yeah,
and he's what 4 years younger and 1.5 times as productive.
yeah.
So I think the asking price is unreasonable, and I think they would realize that if they started to like put feelers out. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think they'll just kick it down the road and see what happens at the start of next year.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable sense to do it. Try to get his agent to talk down a little bit, just lower that price.
Yeah,
I think
and he's still like on the field and stuff. Like he doesn't actually want to leave.
Yeah, I saw him signing autographs on the day that he requested a
it's
trade.
right.
I think his agent's a
They're
bum.
not going to trade him.
I think his agent
What's
is
that?
looking at. I think his agent's looking at the situation, seeing how far they got in the playoffs, and then seeing how there's the next guy up, Diami Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Debo.
Well, and Debo.
Oh, Debo. Yeah, Debo.
De'Ami
So I
Brown's on
think
the
he's looking at the
Jags.
situation,
Oh, I was thinking
and
of
he's
Noah
like,
Brown.
"Oh, Brown. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the agent's looking at the situation. He's like, they need him. They need him a lot, and he's trying to get that lockdown contract for like million. That he's not anywhere near Chase. So, and with the age, it's like I think the agent's trying to pull some cash grab here, and the Commanders are like,
Yeah, because he's
no.
poor. Terry's his biggest client by like millions and millions of dollars.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
His
well,
next
there you
highest
go.
client, I don't even know the guy's name. It's some guy on the Panthers who's making a decent amount of money, and then the next guy is like Reed Blankenship or something. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not like Terry is his golden goose.
I mean, that makes sense then.
Yeah. It's a pain, but they'll get it worked out. Hopefully, I just hope it doesn't have too much of an impact on the first couple weeks of the season. Like getting him ramped back up. And like I'm not worried about him knowing the offense, but just like getting the reps in.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think Chris, what you said that's probably what's most likely going to happen. Well,
I'm trying not to listen to anyone talk about it because it's like we talked about Myles Garrett for like a month.
yeah, exactly. And then he just resigns immediately. So, all right.
Neil
Well,
Parsons, another trade request.
that is true.
3
That
pages, 3 notes page.
yeah, that was
Posted on
pretty funny.
Twitter. And he'll probably sign the richest extension of a D end next offseason.
Oh yeah, they're not trading him. They're not getting rid of him.
Jerry doesn't do that.
No, exactly.
He says,
Uh,
sorry, here's a blank check.
and talk about a team that needs them. They need like Parsons on that team. They got nothing on the defense without him. Well, not nothing, but not nearly as close as they are with him.
The Cowboys are so stupid because they like pretend to play hardball.
Mhm.
And what actually happens is they pay way more than they should because they wait too long to do it.
Yes.
If
Yeah,
they
they
could
could
have
have
signed
gotten it
Parsons
signed before Garrett.
months ago, he would have gotten way less money than Myles Garrett did. And now next year you're gonna have to pay him more.
And the TJ Watt extension. So they even yeah, it just the price always keeps going up.
They're so stupid.
All right. I think we covered everything. Matt, thank you for coming on. Thanks for sharing your vision with us. And we'll have you on when later on in the football season. Check out your division bets and your playoffs. Check it out. We'll check in.
Yeah, well, those bets might be all washed over, but you know what? I'll be on when you bring the playoff teams all together and we have a huge chat. I'll be here with you guys.
All right, sounds
Yeah.
great. All
All
right.
right. Thanks.
Thank you all for